Battleworld is the newest alliance-wide cooperative game mode in Marvel Strike Force. How does this game mode work and what rewards can you expect? Let's take a look at that in this video. You defeat waves of enemies to acquire points in Battleworld. Those points, those victory points, are what are used to calculate your score, and those scores are what are used to give you your rewards. Notice there is a leaderboard. Like any other game mode in Marvel Strike Force, there is a seasonal competition between individuals and or alliances. In this case, it's alliances. Your overall score is what's going to determine your place on the leaderboard and the rewards that come with it. Battleworld is one of the main sources of Purple Isotope 8. In fact, it is one of the leaderboard rewards in the Battleworld season. You don't have to wait to the end of the season to get rewards. As you and your alliance continue to push through Battleworld, you'll score more and more points. As you do so, you continue to increase your reward threshold, and that determines the amount of rewards that you'll be given at the end of a specific Battleworld siege. The end of that Battleworld siege comes on day number 6, so every week you have an opportunity to score rewards. One of the items you'll be getting a hold of every week are these Battleworld credits. And as you continue to score more and more points, your reward tier will grow and you'll get more and more of these credits. One of the things you can spend the credits on is character shards. And as mentioned before, Battleworld is a source for Purple ISO 8 that is available in the shop as well. So what does your daily trek through Battleworld look like? How do you go about actually getting the points and the rewards? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. It's going to start just like this. At the far left hand side, you're going to start on zone number 1. And as you move along to the right, you're going to culminate in the final boss battle with Noah. Let's talk about how this works. So you see point number 1 over there on the left hand side. It says waves cleared, Abyss zone number 1, 0 of 19. So as we enter that area, that's going to give us our missions. And as we eliminate enemies in those missions, eliminate waves of enemies, we'll score points. As we score those points down at the bottom at number 2, that bar will creep from the left all the way to the right. We want right there at the bottom where it says zone number 2, we want that nice, neat yellow flag. Before we get that, before we have enough points to do that, it'll have a lock symbol. So in this case, we need 60,000 points as an alliance to unlock zone 2. Then the next day, you'll be in zone 2 and the cycle continues day after day until you get to day number 6, and that's when you'll face off against Noah. The way you score points is by completing missions. So the ones that have the arrows right here, we're just going to call those basic missions. As you also see, there's special operations, there's Herald missions, and elite missions. Whenever you use a character in any of these missions, that individual is used for the day. You can't use them in any other missions until tomorrow. So that arrow on the right, signaling the Spider-Verse mission, I can get 4,900 points for completing that mission by beating all the waves. It's labeled Spider-Verse because it kind of wants you to use characters from that family. In this case, Spider Society characters also get a bonus, as we can see on the left hand side. So as we load into this mission, let's take note of a couple things. Number 1, the timer. The timer sitting there in the upper left hand corner. It runs differently in Battleworld. It only moves when it's your opponent's turn. When you're trying to make a decision on what to do, the clock stops, so that way there's no pressure on you deciding what to do. Next to the timer, it says waves defeated. And now, as you can see, as I cleared a wave of enemies on the board and the next wave has launched in, it says that we are now at 1 of 6. We just knocked that grouping out, and now we are at 2 of 6. So as we continue to go through and knock out all 6 waves, then we will score the maximum amount of points possible. If you get eliminated sometime before that, then you only get the points for the waves that you have cleared so far. So as we fast forward to the final wave here, we get the knockout, and hopefully you get this nice, neat victory screen. The yellow bubbles that pop up show you the waves that you were able to clear and the points that go along with that. We did 6 out of 6. You see we get victory points and we get Battleworld credits. Another type of mission is the special operations. We're going to send characters off on their own mission. When we do that, we're not going to be able to use those characters. If we do it in the right order in conjunction with other members of our alliance, we get bonus points. The way you score these points is by filling up these hexagons with your players. So you see right now it says we have 12 out of 30 members. We don't have any points on the board. You need all 30 characters to get points for that particular hexagon. So as you fill those hexagons up and do indeed start scoring points, then this bar will start filling up as well. 720 points, 960 points, and so on. So as we see right here in the middle, it says 0 of 12 for special operations. I have 12 characters that I can use on these missions in order to get those points. Once you put those characters out there, they're gone, so you need to choose wisely. Let's go to the game and show you how this might play out in real time. So I'm going to take that first special operation mission you see there on the left with Old Man Logan. That's full of 5 people. So that one's full, it's completed. We have some empty spaces on the rest. So I'm going to go ahead and put a person here, and if I confirm that, that space lights up. I have 31 of 30. I'll continue to put my people across, but we still have empty spaces. We need another Alliance member to fill those in. We're now at 25 of 30. I can't do any more in that area. You see at the bottom right here, it says your added characters are 5 of 12. So I do have some more characters I could put in place. You probably need to talk with your Alliance to see what would be the optimal spot to do those things. Otherwise, the first 3 shouldn't impact characters that you need for the rest of the missions. The other 5 will take characters that should maybe be used in one of the other missions, so it will increase the difficulty. That way, for that reason, treat special operations sort of like bonus points. So look, I've added all my characters. Once I push the button here, got all my characters added. The yellows go away. The yellows were areas that I could add. Now there's nothing left that I can add. That's all I can do for the day, and I should continue on with beating the other missions. Preferably when you're just beginning, you want to do your special operations last. You want to make sure you've completed all the other missions on the map first. In time, you'll find out what characters you actually need, which ones you can then use in special operations that you don't need. It's more important to finish the actual missions. As you see in the upper right hand corner, it says completed. We got 30 out of 30 in that area, and that results in what we see on the left hand side, 1 out of 8 missions completed. We have 1 box filled in, and we have 720 victory points. That brings us to elite missions. Your elite mission is very important. It's worth a lot of points, and it's the one place that you're going to continually be able to farm purple isotope 8. Please take note of the requirements. You need Astral Team or the Pegasus Team in order to participate in this. The Pegasus Team is older. Do not build them for this mission. The Astral Team, at the time of this recording, is coming into the game right now. Those are the members that you should use. We score points by eliminating waves. It's the same way as before, but now the waves actually count. You get the score, which goes for your daily completion, but you also get these waves that will help you get more rewards, as you see showed there on the left-hand side. So as we hit the view button there, it says Alliance waves cleared on the left, 48 of 144. So this will be the total amount of waves your Alliance as a whole has been able to complete, and that's going to determine your score and the rewards that you get. Hopefully, you'll be able to get that wonderful complete screen and get everything that's coming to you. Next up is the Herald missions. Herald missions function like little mini bosses. They'll have some type of interesting mechanic for you to interact with. One of the opponents will be more dangerous than the others. There's only one node, there's only one wave you need to complete in order to score points. In this case, as you see on the left, it's requiring cosmic characters. I'm going to use the Annihilators. So we didn't read the description, but it would tell you about some of the extra abilities the characters have. That generally applies to the guy right there in the middle. You see he has a little arrow over his head. This is on the easiest difficulty, so I'm able to knock him out. But on higher difficulties, it might be important to read the rules so you know what can expect, as the characters might behave differently. Again, another thing that's unique about this is there is only one enemy wave. So you knock them out and you get the points. So hopefully at the end of your day, your map looks like this. Everything says completed. You have the little flag lit up in the bottom there so you can move on to the next zone. This is how things will proceed for the first 4 days, Monday through Thursday. So hopefully you get this little sign right here when you log in the next day. It shows you if you completed the zone. It shows you the best attacks you had in your Alliance, and it shows you the rewards that each individual member will receive. Everything will follow that same pattern and move along as status quo, increasing in difficulty until you get to day 5. On day 5, you have the bonus mission. The bonus mission can only be attacked by Asgardians. Many of our Asgardians are not very strong. Do not build Asgardians for this. This is designed to give you extra points if you have Odin. The fight is very challenging. Just do the best that you can. Many of the Asgardians of the game are outdated. Odin alone is the only person I would invest in. Please do not build Asgardians for this level. It won't help you very much at all. Notice the timer in the upper left hand corner, 30 minutes. So again, this is designed to be a long and drawn out battle. Just do the best you can. If you do not have Odin, Just do what you can. Do not invest anymore in Asgardian characters unless something new has happened when you're watching this video. So on day 6, it's time to face off against the boss. In this case, no. You can see his picture at the top there. We have difficulty 3 activated. The different levels of difficulty, they change the type of rewards that you get. We'll talk about that in a moment. For example, here on difficulty 3, it says full clear. We will get 6 null shards. So this is how we're going to unlock this character so we can use him in our roster. You see on the left there, it says boss health remaining 43%. So as an alliance, you will continue to attack null, and as an alliance, the damage that you do, you see the points, the score there is the damage that you're actually able to do to the boss. And if you do what is equivalent to 100% of his damage total as an alliance, then that counts as that full clear. And for that week, you get those null shards. When you move in for the first attack screen, it'll bring you here. And as you can see right in the middle, his health bar is decreasing. This is just showing you attacks that other alliance members have already done. The main point, you want to know if you've actually defeated null once as an alliance yet or not. In this case, we have. You'll see the number 1 pop up there. Right, that means we got him once. His health rebounds all the way back to the top. And this is just people fighting him in real time or attacks that I missed before I logged in. It says I still have 3 of 3 attacks there on the right. So our first goal is complete. We got null. That means we'll get shards and slowly move towards unlocking this character. The other goal we have is to do as much damage as possible. You knock him out as many times as possible. In this case, in the upper right hand corner, it says 7, because this is going to all add up to your points on the leaderboard, which will give you the appropriate level of rewards. If you see over Null's head right there, he has that yellow symbol. That's his rage meter. He continues to gain power, strength. He hits harder and harder and harder as the fight goes on. And on the left hand side, you can see on our guy's head, there's these little purple symbols. That's darkness. That's a special effect that he puts on our team. It causes us to attack ourselves. And this is just some of the ebb and the flow that you need to know when fighting against Null. As you can see, I'm using the Spider Society. They are definitely not the team to use, but if you're a newer player, they can help you get some points. They work out fine in the earlier levels. Please look around on the internet and find out what the best top teams are that people are using in their fight against Null. At some point, you'll either be overcome by Null or you'll time out, and it'll show you your score. Right, so this score is what you've done on this attack. You get 3 total attacks. It's representative of the amount of health that you've done. That's how the calculation is made. That's how the scoring goes. And again, your alliance as a whole contributes to that, and it gives you a leaderboard position. On Sunday, you get this printout right here, your siege overview. It shows you the top contributing members of your alliance. It shows you some of the different rewards, some of the other metrics. If you want to talk a little bit together with other members, see if you can tweak some things, and it shows you your null KO count. Obviously, we got them. You saw that we did. It's bugged, so hopefully it looks different for you. Now, on the right-hand side over there, it says we have 9 out of 180 null shards. So this is how we're going to unlock him, through participating in Battleworld. So if you have any other questions or comments, please make sure you leave them in the comment section below. There's a lot of other videos out there, some great strategies for people getting really high scores on null. So feel free to check those out as time permits.